Video Game Theater 3000 Presents, Channel 4 News. Kids and Video Games Parts 2 and 3.
Of them are violent, especially in the arcades.
Yeah, those don't exist anymore.
We give the story about video games to our Asian correspondent.
That's racist.
You know, one psychologist pointed out to me, in any culture,
I think that controller is way too big.
It's for Dance Dance Revolution.
To have the skills they're going to need in that particular society. And when it comes to video games that are violent, it does make you think.
They come here almost every day, some of these kids.
At least the ones that I come here with.
Shooting their way through quarter after quarter.
I'm playing Street Fighter, lady. Put a quarter in or move on.
He's talking about the hottest game in the arcade.
No, that's Time Killers. Hey, Jerry O'Connell, the Channel 4 News is here. Want to stop your game for a second?
Fatality.
In the eyes of some experts, tearing off their heads is not the best way for kids to spend their time.
You need an expert to tell you that kids tearing off heads is a bad way for them to spend their time.
That's how I spent my childhood and I turned out fine. Except for the murders.
It's okay to shoot and destroy.
This is the 90s. You ain't seen nothing yet, Grandma.
No statistical evidence. In fact, the kids say just the opposite is happening.
It's all in fun. Would you rather us play video games that are violent or go out and beat each other up? It's better than getting involved with drugs.
You know, Emile Hirsch has a good point.
Well, you see a lot of violence.
Look,
in all aspects of
it
life,
says
whether
he's a
it's
virgin.
television
Well, that's
show,
not a nice
the
thing for
news.
them to put on the
It gives
screen.
children a chance to see violence on a screen in their home, yes, but we don't see that as something that's negative. We see them being able to maybe act out their aggressions.
Instead of discussing and negotiating something, if you don't like what the other guy does, you kill him.
That's absurd.
And,
If I don't like
we
what
hope
you have to
children will
say,
learn is that there are differences
I'll
that
kill
can
you.
be negotiated other ways.
That's what
There
video
are no
games have
government
taught me.
regulations regarding video games and violence. But Nintendo, which is the biggest home video company by far, has set up its own code.
And start to
It will not allow
continue.
any games that it decides are excessively violent.
We're pretty firm believers that you can have a lot of excitement and get a good experience in gameplay without it being, excessively
Not
violent.
from Sweat
The whole
Lady or
question
from
is
weird
enough of a
fatalities
concern
where my
that some
foot's stuck in
people are
their
talking
chest.
about ratings.
The one idea that we've kicked around is a rating system for parents, much like they do in the movie industry, where we'd be able to rate sort of the content of a game.
They have a lot worse things than what's on the video games in the movies.
Just
The
check
movies are
out
a lot
any
worse
of my
than video
films.
games are.
And according to some experts, that is just the problem.
Experts agree Emile Hirsch's films are
A
terrible.
warning label on video games as well as on violent movies and violent television shows even, saying that what you're about to watch or what you're about to play can be hazardous to your mental
These
and
news
physical
reports are
health.
hazardous to my programming.
One local group is so concerned they're offering kids merit awards if they give up guns.
Whoa,
or
whoa,
war
they
toys
got
or violent
guns?
video
Let's focus
games. If you're
on
interested,
getting them to give
you
up
can
the
call the
guns
Alliance
before
for
they have to give
Survival.
up
They're
video
in Venice,
games.
And they are listed. Tomorrow, are kids spending too much time playing these games? That has a lot of parents concerned, and we're going to talk to some experts. That's at 4.
Video games these days. Research shows it's often time they used to spend just watching TV.
Our producers want to know why the ratings have plummeted.
Doing to their kids. Wendy Dakuta joins us now.
This was before Channel 4's strict no polka dots policy went into effect.
Is it turning their brains to mush?
No, I'm
We do
wondering
know
if
it's
she
having
wears a
big
red
effect.
nose and
Just
blue
one
hair when
example,
she leaves the
research
news
done by
station.
Nintendo shows that more kids can identify Mario now than Mickey Mouse.
How's that a bad
Back
thing?
to the mush question.
Nintendo's
We talked to some
research turned
experts to
against
answer
them.
that.
Hey Mom, don't you have something you
If
need to be
have
doing?
kids and a video game machine,
He's got
you
Nintendo
know
eyes.
the look.
They get so involved, they do not know what is going on around them.
She
It's
said
the
they don't
kind
know
of
what's going
total
on around them.
concentration most parents would like to see them apply to their homework or reading the classics. But for this generation, this is where it
Oh,
happens.
he's
What I
cheating.
don't necessarily like
He
is
got
that
hit and he
sometimes they
still
spend
has
so
the
many
Hammer
hours
Brothers
doing it.
suit.
I want them
Game
to go on to
Genie.
something else. There's other things in life instead of Nintendo.
That's
It's
right,
very
lady. There's Sega,
isolating.
there's
It is
TurboGrafx,
different from
there's
some other
Atari.
experiences which are solitary, like reading, where you have
I'm
to
quite
contribute a
partial
lot.
to
I
the
mean, your
Vec Tracks.
fantasy and all that. Here, it's all there for you. All you have to do is push buttons.
So what are video games doing to this
She
next
has to watch
generation
her
of
back.
kids? Well, a researcher here at UCLA says that they are learning something very important from video games.
How to
It's
get
not
30 lives
just
in Contra
hand-eye
with the
coordination.
Konami code.
In every society, the games show what that society needs to prepare its children for. And
This
video
young boy
games
is
are
training to become a
games in
plumber.
our society that prepare children to have the skills they'll need for dealing with this technological world.
Just in case you work at a cookie factory, because it's exactly like Yoshi's Cookie.
Teach very complex computer skills that will help the kids later on.
To perform drone
Peggy
strikes in
Hilton
other
has seen the
countries.
upside as well as a down. Her children both have an attention deficiency
There
disorder.
you go.
The
They've been
games
diagnosed
help
with an attention deficit
positive
disorder,
internet.
which means they're
They're learning
probably
concentration.
drugged up,
They have to learn
and that's
how to
why they don't
control
know where they are
their
when they're
anger.
playing
If
Nintendo.
I see they are getting too upset over it, I will turn it off for them.
Early McJuggernuggets test footage.
Break a bottle on his head.
I told you the news was coming. Don't embarrass me. Just wait till your father gets home.
I think social
He went,
with peers, with
he said,
adults,
you ain't taking
the
shit
real
away.
is the learning experience of childhood, which is very precious, and which is being more and more substituted for by
Neo Geo, Neo Geo.
Four
should
bright
limit
buttons
the
and 2
time that
joysticks.
children play video games. Other experts say kids
Check it
need
out.
a mix of all kinds
Prank
of
video gone
experiences,
wrong.
and that every medium, including video, has something to offer.
The future, reading and writing are not going to be as important a part of education because
Because
not
all information
nearly
will
as
be
much
beamed into our
information is
brains
going
by
to
the
come to
Supreme
people
Leader.
through reading and writing, and it's going to be very important for people to be literate about computers, literate about television.
World's changing. A note for parents, expert after expert
Was
we talked to
concerned
was
by the
concerned
amount
about
of
the amount
polka dots on
violence
my
in video
dress.
games, and they suggest you choose games with your kids and choose very carefully.
It's called
Bottom
doing your
line,
job as a
the
parent.
One professor talked about, kids need a mix of activities to learn about life.
Sure. And you have to monitor what they read, what they watch on TV, and what video games they play too.
Yeah, you gotta watch them.